The next strata docs that we want to review are the bylaws and the rules. So bylaws and rules are things you need to be aware of before moving in a strata, because they will address many questions regarding organization and what's allowed or not allowed in a strata. Keep in mind that strata have a lot of power. See strata as a little, that's how I see it. See strata as a little country with its own laws, bylaws. So the most common bylaws we look for are pet bylaws, rental bylaws. There could be also age bylaws, age restriction, as well as smoking bylaws. So we want to double check depending on the project. For instance, if we have a pet, then we want to make sure that this pet is allowed. So in the bylaws, you will find what kind of pets, depending. Sometimes all pets are allowed, sometimes it has to not exceed a certain height, sometimes it cannot be a certain breed. Sometimes for instance, fish water tanks, it cannot exceed a certain volume. Birds, same. We will find all the details in this document. Same with rentals. So if you have the project to rent this property right away, you want to find out if rentals are allowed, and if so, for what is the minimum. So sometimes we have a minimum of 30 days or a minimum of 6 months, and sometimes we have a certain amount of units that can be rented out within the strata. So if we have 50 units in a strata can be so that only 5 units can be rented out. So then we look at the Form B to find out how many are rented out. If it's maxed out, then the project of buying this property for investment purposes is not going to work. Or if there are some units available to be rented out, then it will work. So all those answers are in bylaws. Then in the rules, we have different rules regarding, for instance, barbecues. If you can barbecue on the balcony, what kind of fuel can be used, or what kind of barbecue, electrical, propane. Then we can also find if you can have like Christmas trees, real Christmas trees or not. All those are being addressed in the rules. Now we move on to the next strata doc.